industries, that's all they do. Celebrate the unoriginal knockoffs of bygone talents. It's a bad joke and it's gone on too long. People who are good with money shouldn't be in control of the creative arts. People who are good with money should be getting money and giving it to the creative people, and then letting them do whatever the fuck they want with it, instead of trying to put in their unoriginal input. If commissioners and producers could make films, they would, but they can't. So why do directors have to listen to their retarded ideas? All I wanted to make was a nice family comedy about a town of retired celebrities and a local New Zealand boy getting stoned all day. But to get funding, I had to change everything and make a movie that they felt they had input in. And why? Because they funded the film? It's retarded. That's like getting a fat horse owner to be a jockey, or a Christian to come up with an open-minded argument. It's just not going to happen. But that's the system, and the system's failing the people who matter the most, the audience. They gave an award to the creator of Grey's Anatomy. There's no creator of Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy is a hospital drama. It's a genre, not a new concept. You don't get credit for rehashing the oldest genre in television. You get mocked, you talentless fucks. And the commissioners who funded it should be shot and hung. For every Grey's Anatomy or cop show or game show that gets funded, it makes it that much harder for any original shows to see the light of day. For every Justin Timberlake, it makes it that much harder to find a musician who writes their own music. For every religious person in the film business, it makes it that much harder to find a true genius to come up with original thought. Well, if you're so smart, let's hear your genius. I'm not claiming to be a genius, but off the top of my head, how about this? Free TV for everyone around the world. The first satellite station that pays for all their shows 100% off advertising will be able to make their channels free. Because it's free, everyone will join the brand of satellite services. Because everyone around the world will join, advertisers will only advertise on those channels because they have 100% of the audience, making it a viable way of giving all channels for free to everyone around the world. It's just off the top of my head. Oh my god, it's a genius! Fuck! It's not genius, it's just common sense. Like common sense tells non-retarded people like us that the Church of Disney Bible was full of shit, and it was written and rewritten again and again by men. If the Bible had any sense of truth in it, we would all be Jewish, because Noah was Jewish, and he and his fictional family made a fictional boat and had 2 of every animal in a fictional flood killed off all the people of the world. This retarded story would mean that we're all related to Noah, a Jew, when DNA proves that that's the most retarded story ever told. And yet still followers of the Church of Disney still feel they have the right to impose their retardedness on the majority of the world. All Disney beliefs should hold no more weight than Judaism, Muslimism, Mormonism, Buddhism, Nudism, Santa Clausism, Tooth Fairyism, Easter Bunnyism. It doesn't matter who the American president is from now until eternity, because the only way to stay an American president is to proclaim your allegiance to the Church of Disney to keep the majority of the American voters happy. This makes Disney beliefs at the heart of all American decision making. This means there will never be peace on earth, because to be religious in any way is to say that you are better than someone else. This egotism means that you can't see the truth, that you are not better or worse than the next man or woman, but the same. And peace can only happen when laws, beliefs and common sense have us all believing that we are not better than the next person. What? Why you?
You just don't get it, old man. Religions will never understand that they are the heart of the problems. That's like trying to tell a crack whore that crack doesn't make her feel good. You're old, and you're sold out so much, you can't see the truth.
And what is the truth, Boy Johnson Jr.?
If you like making movies, make movies. If you like surfing, move to the beach and surf. If you like sex but hate relationships, hire a hooker. You can't let religious rules enforced on us by retarded governments be your excuse for not living your life.
You're right. I love you, son. Boy Johnson, you don't seem that upset that Boy Johnson Jr. has shot you fatally and you're about to die in a couple of minutes, since no one is even calling for an ambulance. My first word was fuck. I lost my virginity to my cousin. I make movies that no one understands. Shooting me was the best thing anyone has ever done for me. Thank you, son. Thank you. Well, as you can see, nothing has been resolved here. Boyd Johnson, world's most controversial director, is being shot by his own son to the delight of religious retards worldwide. Boyd Johnson Jr., since it seems no one is going to arrest you for killing your father, what do you plan to do now?
I'm going to do what my father didn't have the balls to do, and make films that have deep and truthful meaning. I'm going to change the world, one film at a time.
And as they say, the retarded apple doesn't fall far from the retarded tree. Talking about retarded apples, it reminds me of a story I once heard about an apple, 2 naked white people, and a talking snake. Man, some people will believe anything they hear, especially when it's on TV. So to sum up this court case about the man they called Boyd Johnson, who tried to change the world by making the Church of Disney followers see that they are more the problem than the solution, of course doing that would have been as impossible as making a heroin addict see that heroin isn't the greatest drug on the planet, or making television commissioners see that being talentless with an ego makes TV worse, or making Justin Timberlake see that he could sell 1 billion albums to 13-year-old girls and gay boys who don't know they're gay yet, but until a real musician sits down at a barbecue and plays one of his songs on an acoustic guitar like they do Bob Marley, Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix, then he hasn't accomplished anything in the music industry. He's just become the next face of a bad Christian carbon-copied paint-by-numbers music that holds real musicians back for hundreds of years. Boyd Johnson died fighting an unwinnable battle against a world full of idiots. And right now, all this retardedness is ruining my crack-happy buzz. Back to you in the studio. Now that Boyd Johnson is dead, who the fuck is gonna hire us minorities, man? That's some bullshit, Holmes. Ladies, please, a moment's silence for my good friend, Boyd Johnson. Okay, now wait. Once again, the Church of Disney prevails of a real artist. Now, where were we?
Why couldn't you just be like everyone else and be happy with a dead-end job, a wife that hates you, and kids that end up shooting you? Why? Now you'll miss out on all the things the world has to offer, like disappointment, anger, and pain. Politicians that don't get that their job is to make life easier for people. It's not about making money. You're going to miss out on spending 10 hours a week driving to work so that you can afford to put petrol in your car so you can spend 10 hours the next week driving to work. You're going to miss out on more homeless, less jobs, more war, more guns, more of David Stern and the National Basketball Association rigging games, more American wars created to make money and financially cripple other countries, more Christians claiming their God is real and that's why they don't have to look at why their beliefs are hurting mankind, women, gays, poor people, sick people, minorities and people. But most of all, you're gonna miss out on getting stoned and giving me oral sex. You selfish son of a bitch! Why? Why?